Don't want to eat salad for dinner while trying to lose weight? Or a mountain of tasteless veggies? You're not alone, and it's not even necessary. In this video, I'll share 5 dinner ideas for weight loss that are both tasty and satiating. Plus, I'll share key things to look for in recipes to know whether or not they're good for weight loss, and it's not just about the number of calories. Hi, I'm Ingrid, a Norwegian Viking living in Canada. I'm here every week to share the no BS truth about weight loss, fitness, and healthy lifestyle. It's based on science, though it's made super simple. Now, here's what I think are some key characteristics of meals that are good for weight loss. They contain a lot of nutrient-dense, real food. Nutrient-dense means that there's a lot of nutrition per calorie. So we don't need to eat a ton of calories to get the nutrients that we need. The meals should also be high in protein because protein is very satiating. So if the meal is high in protein, we may naturally restrict the amount of calories that we eat because we feel full. Another thing is for the meal to be low carb. Now, carbs are not bad. We don't need to be carb phobic. However, for weight loss, low carb has been shown to be very effective. So if we're trying to lose weight, then low carb, we can use that as a strategy. And the last thing before we get to the actual dinner ideas, the food should be tasty. If the food isn't tasty, we're not going to stick with the diet. And by the way, all of these dinner ideas are very simple. Now, the first one is an omelette. Now, I personally love eggs. I think they can be very tasty and you can combine them with lots of different foods. So making an omelette can be very, very simple. You can even make instead of an omelette, you can make just scrambled eggs and add different things to that. So for instance, different vegetables like onions, mushrooms, bell peppers. Just mix those in there and even mix some cheese, so small pieces of cheese in there to make it extra tasty. Now, note that eggs are actually quite high in fat. So if you want to make this meal even more protein rich, you could, for instance, add some lean meat in addition. Dinner idea number 2 is pasta Bolognese, though not with the regular pasta. There are pastas out there that you can buy at the supermarket that are basically practically zero carb, very, very low calories as well, maybe even 0 calories. If you can't find those, you could substitute that with, for instance, spaghetti squash. I've used that before. It's pretty simple to make. You can I made it even in the microwave previously. It's simple. It's not going to taste like pasta, though it's going to be a substitute. Some people do this with zucchini or other vegetables as well, so that's an option. Or you could omit that altogether and basically just eat the Bolognese sauce. So just ground beef in a pasta sauce with some Parmesan cheese sprinkled on top. This is actually something I love, even without the pasta part of it. If you're buying the pasta sauce, the tomato sauce at the supermarket, just look for one that contains only natural ingredients and the least amount of sugar added. The 5th dinner idea is actually one of my all-time favorites because it's so simple and super tasty. Actually, for quite some time, it was my go-to Saturday night dinner. Number 3, steak and veggies. If you love steak, this is a great meal. Steak is very high in protein. Of course, depending on the cut that you choose, they're going to be fattier or leaner. So if you really want to make sure you eat the lowest amount of calories and still feel full, then of course go with the leaner cuts, though those are usually not the tastiest though. If you're not a big fan of steak, you could try substituting it with fish instead. when it comes to the veggies on the side, you can basically choose the ones that you enjoy the most. You can fry them in the frying pan in some butter and add some salt on top, or oven roast them if you prefer that. The veggies that are low in starch will be the ones that are the best when it comes to a low carb diet, though for instance, potatoes can also be a great addition. They do contain starch. However, the amount of starch and the amount of calories per gram is not that high. So adding a bit of that will not make you make your diet a high carb diet. By the way, I would really appreciate if you click that subscribe button and turn on notifications to be notified when my next video comes out. And remember to follow me on Instagram at Viking Ingun. Now, dinner idea number 4 is a wok. Basically, choose the source of protein that you enjoy the most. Choose the veggies, preferably low starch veggies that you enjoy the most. Chop all of this and mix it in a frying pan. Add some butter, the spices that you enjoy the most, and you have a nice wok. One idea is to use shrimp. Shrimp is high in protein and low in calories, so this is a great choice for anyone trying to lose weight. And you can make it super tasty by, for instance, frying it in butter, adding garlic and lemon. Now, number 5 is my favorite. Are you ready? Burger, without the bun, it's not even necessary, doesn't add anything. A burger topped with blue cheese and a little bit of bacon. I get hungry just thinking about it. You can add other things on top if you want, onion, lettuce, whatever you prefer. Of course, the more cheese you add, the more bacon you add, the more calories you also add. So be careful not to add too much if you're trying to restrict the number of calories. Though really, this is such a super simple and tasty meal. If you think these dinner ideas look pretty tasty and a lot better than eating only salad for dinner that makes you feel hungry just 2 hours later, then I think it's time to ditch that old advice of eating low calorie, low fat, tasteless diets, and instead tackle weight loss based on science. As mentioned earlier, protein is very satiating. Low carb has been used a lot and has been very effective for weight loss, though there's a lot more to it. So if you're ready to find out how we may burn more calories without lifting a finger and eat tasty food until you're full and still lose weight, then I suggest you download my free guide called Hack Your Way Out of 3 Weight Loss Mistakes Almost Everyone Makes. Start there, download it right now at vikingingun.com. I hope you've enjoyed this video and give it a thumbs up, a heart, or a like depending on where you're watching from, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.